I represent workers in lawsuits against their employers. And today I want to talk to you about how to deal with a hostile work environment. I am going to break down exactly what a hostile work environment is under the law and give you 5 crucial steps to protect yourself. So sit back and lock in, because this information could make a big difference in your working life. First things first, how do you know if you're actually in a hostile work environment? A lot of people think that a hostile work environment is just a really unpleasant place to work. Maybe your boss is a jerk or your coworkers are gossiping about you. While those situations are terrible, they don't always meet the legal definition of a hostile work environment. Under the law, a hostile work environment occurs when you're subjected to harassment based on your protected characteristics. These include things like your religion, your national origin, your disability status, your sex, your age, your race, or other legally protected traits. Here are some examples of a hostile work environment. Your supervisor making unwanted sexual comments about you, being mocked or treated unfairly because of a physical disability or injury that you have, coworkers making jokes about your ethnicity. And here are some examples of what is not legally a hostile work environment. Your boss or coworkers being rude to you. Unless it's based on your protected characteristics, there is no law against rudeness. Not getting the support you need to do your job. As unfair as that is, it's not illegal. Supervisors or managers putting unrealistic work expectations on you. Again, not illegal. So the key here is that the negative behavior must be tied to a protected characteristic. If it's not, it might not qualify as a hostile work environment under the law. Once you've identified that you're in a hostile work environment, the next step is to report it. And you need to do this in writing. Why in writing, you might ask? Because a verbal complaint can easily be forgotten, or the company can deny that it ever happened. For more information on that, watch my video on why HR is not your friend. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. You see, a written complaint creates a paper trail that can protect you. When you write your complaint, be specific about what's happening and why it's illegal. Don't just say that I feel uncomfortable at work. While your feelings are absolutely valid, you need to tie your complaint to your protected characteristic in order to get legal protections. Here is an example of how to report a hostile work environment based on age. I am writing to report inappropriate comments made by my supervisor concerning my age. He has repeatedly stated that I'm too old to understand technology, which I find offensive and unwelcome. These age-based remarks are negatively impacting my ability to perform my job effectively. I kindly request that this issue be addressed promptly. By doing this, you not only alert your employer to the illegal behavior, but you also activate certain legal protections against retaliation. Because employers are prohibited from retaliating against an employee who reports discrimination or harassment. You can watch my video on retaliation to learn more about that. I'll leave a link to that video in the description as well. The next step is to document everything. Documentation is your best friend in these situations. If you ever decide to bring a legal claim later on, you will need concrete evidence. And here's how to get it. Save emails and messages. If you receive harassing emails or messages, save them. Take screenshots if necessary. Keep a journal. Write down every incident as soon as it happens, including dates, times, locations, what was said or done, and who was present. Talk to witnesses. Note any coworkers who might have witnessed the harassment and talk to them. Keep physical evidence. If there are any physical items like inappropriate notes or objects or gifts, keep them. Having detailed records can make a huge difference if the situation escalates to a legal claim. Without documentation, it becomes incredibly difficult to prove in court, especially when the employer decides to lie. And they do that a lot. The next step is to not engage. I know it's tempting to fire back at someone who's treating you poorly, but trust me when I tell you, do not engage. It's not worth it. Reacting aggressively can make you look like part of the problem. Your employer and even the court might see you as contributing to the hostile work environment. And if that happens, you can lose your case. For example, if you respond to a harassing email with your own angry message full of insults and other derogatory comments, that will be used against you. So what should you do instead of engaging? Here are some tips. Maintain your professionalism. Keep your communications courteous and professional, even if others are not. Let your documentation and formal complaints do the talking. Focus on your work. Continue to perform your job to the best of your ability. This demonstrates that you are committed to your role despite the hostile work environment. And keep on documenting. When the aggressor keeps engaging in their inappropriate conduct, you just sit back and document it. Let them build your case for you. I know it's frustrating and it will feel unfair, but staying above the fray strengthens your position. By not engaging, you're taking the high road and protecting yourself legally. The final step in this process is to seek legal help. If you've reported the hostile work environment and nothing has changed, or worse, if you've experienced retaliation like being demoted, passed over for promotions, or fired, it's time to seek legal help. An employment lawyer in your area can help you understand what your options are. They can help you develop a strategy to address the issue, and if you have a case, the employment lawyer can help you bring the legal claim and get you justice for what you've been through. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that there are strict deadlines for filing employment-related claims, and these deadlines are different from state to state. The deadline can be as little as 90 days for certain workers and as long as 3 years for others, depending on where you're working. So just make sure to talk to a lawyer in your state before too much time has passed, because delaying could jeopardize your ability to seek justice. If you like this video and want to know more about exactly how to make complaints to your company about a hostile work environment, watch my video called How to Complain to HR. I will link to it above, somewhere here. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make videos about the laws that protect workers, because the more we hold employers accountable for the wrongdoing, the more we protect other workers. That's all for me this week. See you next time.